The Empi Advanced Dynamic ROM Ankle Orthosis, part of the Empi family of dynamic splinting devices, applies a low-load, progressive stretch to the ankle to help increase a patient's range of motion. The instructions in this video are designed to help ensure that patients receive the maximum possible benefit from their range of motion therapy. After you remove the device from its carton, check the labels on the inside strut to make sure you have the correct unit. Then review the features of the Advanced Ankle Orthosis. The instruction manual features a diagram that explains the components and performance benefits of the device. At the initial fitting, loosen the adjustment straps on the contour cuff, the ankle foam pad, the heel cradle, and the footplate cradle. Then check the tension control indicator on both tension springs and make sure they are set at 0. Next, separate the foam pad from the contour cuff. Expand the cuff slightly to fit the calf and reattach the foam pad to the cuff. To disengage the lock levers and safeties on both tension springs, release the safety and rotate it away from the lock lever. Then apply some force on the footplate strut to disengage the lock lever. With the lock levers disengaged, you may apply the orthosis to the patient's ankle. Line up the tension springs with the medial and lateral malleoli. Palpation may be required to properly position the tension springs. Align the proximal struts with the long bones of the calf, both medially and laterally. Position the ball of the foot on the midpoint of the foot cradle. Then secure the heel cradle straps to maintain proper foot position. To achieve the best fit, remove the foam pad from the contour cuff and gradually overlap, bend, and shape it for a snug, comfortable fit. Then re-secure the foam pad. When the device is secure, check for any neurological or vascular changes. The patient should not experience any numbness or tingling while wearing the orthosis. Depending on the patient's anatomy and condition, additional ankle adjustments may be required. Position the proximal strut so the contour cuff does not restrict knee motion. If you do need to adjust the strut adjustment, depress the leaf pin and lengthen or shorten the strut as needed. Note that extending the strut length beyond the last adjustment hole may cause the leaf pin to fall out of the strut. If this happens, reinsert the leaf pin into its housing and reconnect the two struts. You can adjust the position of the foot cradle to accommodate various foot lengths. The ball of the patient's foot should rest on the midpoint of the foot cradle. Depress the leaf pins on the distal struts to lengthen or shorten the foot cradle. The foam pads, foot cradle, and heel cradle must not impede ankle dorsiflexion movement. To avoid pressure on the skin, position the calf strap and buckle at or near the edge of the strut. In addition, attach the strap evenly. Secure the foot strap and position the ankle foam pad to minimize any neurovascular pressure on the dorsum of the foot. The dual tension springs and adjustable length foot cradle featured on the Advanced Ankle Orthosis offer a variety of options to assist with foot positioning. When the tension is equal on both tension springs, and when the foot cradle length adjustment is equal on both sides, An even force across the foot plate into dorsiflexion is generated. However, by creating a tension or foot plate length differential, or a combination of both, you're able to create a force into inversion or eversion. Since inversion often accompanies an ankle plantar flexion contracture, the following guidelines may be used to help encourage movement out of inversion. Shorten the lateral strut on the front plate cradle and/or increase the tension on the lateral tension spring. When you need to address complex ankle contractures, the combination of these forces will help to promote proper foot positioning. When you adjust the tension, make sure that the lock lever and safety are in the locked position. Then check the tension indicator window to verify that it's set at the correct current tension level. The numbers that appear in the indicator window start at 0 and increase to 10, with each number representing an increased level of torque. At the initial fitting, set the tension level at a very mild pressure that is comfortable for the patient, and instruct the patient to wear the orthosis for 1 to 2 hours. Monitor the patient to determine their tolerance to the device. If the patient cannot tolerate the initial tension setting and wear time, a physician or therapist should reevaluate the patient. If the patient can comfortably wear the device during this initial period, the treatment time can be increased. To increase or decrease the torque, flip the tension control lever away from the tension spring cover and turn the lever in the desired direction. It's very important not to over-tighten or over-loosen the tension spring. Either action can damage the mechanism. A solid red bar in the tension indicator window before 0 or after 10 is a warning signal that you've turned the lever too far in either direction. With the device secure and properly adjusted, the next step is to place the device into dynamic mode. First, disengage the lock lever safety by swinging it away from the lock lever. Then apply a slight force on the strut to disengage the lock lever. The ankle orthosis now provides a dynamic stress on the ankle. Ideally, the patient should progress to the maximum wear time set by a physician or skilled therapist and be worn at rest or sleep and in compliance with the following post-wear criteria. The patient should not experience any additional soreness or stiffness from wearing the orthosis for more than 1 hour following removal of the device. Soreness is defined as any mild discomfort in or around the treated area. The decision to increase wear time should be based on patient tolerance and may be accomplished over a few days or longer if necessary. Once a patient has achieved their wear time goal, a steady increase in tension on the device may be required to achieve range of motion goals. If there is minimal soreness and no range of motion gains have been measured, then tension should probably be increased. Increase the tension gradually, no more than 1 increment per evaluation. Also, make sure the patient is maintaining the required wear time per day and adhering to the post-wear criteria for soreness. Once the advanced ankle orthosis has been fitted, contoured, and tensioned, it can easily be removed and reapplied using the lock lever feature. To remove the orthosis, plantar flex the foot slightly, then lock the device into a neutral and relaxed position. Secure the lock lever safety. Repeat this process on the opposite tension spring. Loosen all the adjustment straps and slide the foot and ankle out of the device. The Empi Advanced Dynamic ROM Ankle Orthosis is designed for a custom fit and comfort. By following the fitting instructions on a day-to-day basis, you'll help ensure that patients receive the maximum possible benefit from their range of motion therapy.